All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakwak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. All right, in today's lesson, we're going to get into prophecy, but judgment. Because we are in the time of judgment. So you got to be real careful on the decisions that you make. You want to tighten up. You want to plug in, and you want to make sure that you're in good hands with the Lord. This ain't concerning the wicked doers. Those of you that are wicked, you already received your consolation. Second Esdras, chapter 7, in verse. Second Esdras, chapter 7, in verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. So what's that word doom mean? Doom means judgment, right? But it's not all bad, because there's balance. It's twofold. It's not all just remember, the world's gonna end. How people say the planet's gonna explode. No, the planet Earth is gonna remain forever, ever. Thus says the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But we're at the end of an era. We're at the end of an age, an end of a rulership, okay, an end of a kingdom. So we're at the end of Esau's kingdom, the Edomites. All right. In other words, in simple terms, the earth is going to go under new management. All right, because the old management does not know how to rule this place. This is why the earth is polluted. Everything's out of control. Everything has been flipped upside down. You see, there's plastic thrown everywhere. There's trash in this. There's even trash in it. Did you even know that these clowns, these elites, they're even throwing trash in outer space? Facts. How many of you guys knew that? They're throwing just trash out there in outer space. This is why the Lord won't let these clowns leave the planet. Because if they were to go to other planets, they would just do the same thing. Just pollute it, destroy everything. Like they do. That's why they can't leave. Because they would just destroy everything out there, Put plastic. I mean, what the heck is that, What the heck is plastic straws and plastic cups? You gotta drink water out of plastic bottles? It's bugged out. That's completely bugged out. It's ridiculous, to see somebody drinking out of a plastic cup with a straw. It's just ridiculous. Second Esdras, chapter 7, and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be, doom, that means judgment, shall be the end of this time. So this time doesn't mean just, this is the end, that's it. No, the Israelites, you guys got next. Because the earth is going under new management. Because the people who are ruling, the Lord's going to take them out of power and, and basically put a new manager. It's just like, like at your job, whatever, the supervisor, a manager. Well, the old manager is doing a terrible job. So the Lord's like, okay, I'm gonna fire his ass. Excuse my Italian. And I'm gonna put in a new manager, and that's the Israelites, the righteousness, and the beginning of immortality. See that? What does immortality mean? It means you will not die, just like the Lord. All right. If the Lord got crucified a little over 2,000 years ago, all right, how are people still praying to him? How can he still be alive a little over 2,000 years? How is that even possible? Because he is immortal, and he has all of your guys' new bodies. Just like, remember, the Lord came back 3 days later. The Lord has all your guys' new bodies. You guys are going to be extraterrestrial. It don't mean you're going to look like an alien and, no, you're just going to have super bodies. Like that movie Shazam. The men are going to be all in shape, muscular. The women are going to be, healthy, all that, So don't worry about that. The women out there, have like a few stretch marks and all that. Don't worry about that. The Lord has all your new bodies. All right. Don't be ashamed. Facts. So those of you that just hang on. Just relax. The Lord has all of your new bodies. You know, uh, all of our children. They'll be able to fly, play with animals. You guys are gonna be superhuman on the planet Earth. Facts. You're gonna be superhuman on the planet Earth. Yep, you'll be able to go to outer space. You'll be able to breathe on the ground. You guys are gonna have perfect bodies and no more death, because the Lord conquered that. So that's it. Right now on this side you have death and all that. It hurts. Your family member dies. It hurts. Yeah. But the Lord's just it's all education. Because a perfect judge. Remember, the Lord is raising up judges and kings. So, a perfect judge, because you Israelites are going to judge the earth next, because you guys are going to be the new managers of the earth. So, a good judge, a righteous judge, knows both sides. That's why when you go to court, when you have like trial and all that, when they're trying to get somebody, for trial or, whatever it is, you have both sides. Then you have the jury and all that, then boom, they make the decision because they hear both sides, and all right, let's see who's guilty, let's see, this and that, because you hear both, understand both sides, and then you make your decision. You don't just hear one side and say, oh, no, all right, the other person's fucked up, excuse my Italian, but so a righteous judge understands both sides. All right, and right now you're experiencing what it is to be underneath the rule of the wicked, and you see, in those of you that are here, I mean, look, you guys are hustling, you guys are still making, you guys are still taking care of your families, you guys it's still all right, you see, because although right now we're still in captivity, look at, I mean, it's not that bad, where I mean, it's, if you know exactly what's going on, if you think about it real bad, then it may get to you. But look, I mean, you're all right. I mean, yes, of course, you may not have a palace and a mansion and all that, but look, you're all right. You got movies, you got snacks, you got coffee, you got 7-Elevens, you got the malls. Come on, I mean, because look, although we are under a wicked rulership, I mean, look, at the Lord still has you guys. It's not. I mean, you're still all right. Like, look, you still go to barbecues with your families. Look at that. You spend time with your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your husbands. You still got that. You still could go on a vacation. But I'm not saying that's right. Because our people, they just they work themselves to death. But look, I mean, overall, I mean, look, the Lord has you. You have everything you need. Look, you got food. All right, yeah, okay. You're having financial problems, but look at, your children are all right. You're all right. You got a roof over your head. You may be renting, but hey, at least it's a roof over your head. Facts. See, So that's just the Lord. It's education, because it's not, the Lord didn't send us over here to destroy us. It was to punish us. See, but those of you that are down for the wicked, it's for your destruction. Absolutely, because you want to be wicked, you like it, and that's fine. But you're gonna be melted. Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. See that? Corruption is past. Verse 44, and temperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up. The truth. See? So it's all about the truth. It's the spirit of truth. Because a lot of people get, a little weird when they hear that, that word faith or truth. It's the truth, because that's basically what's back here on earth. The spirit of truth is back on the earth, because we all been lied to. That's why those of you that are in the truth, you got to kind of, be a little patient, because when your family members don't really get it, or somebody in the world don't get it, you got to understand. Remember, we didn't know it at one point, and you got to remember, we all been lied to, so you never know. I mean, maybe that person might get it, later. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, but forget that person, I mean, unless they're bucking up against the word, then, just kind of, keep it moving. But if they're being sincere and asking sincere questions, then yeah, because I mean, we all had to learn at once, because we all been lied to. Facts, The reason why a lot of our families are Christians and Catholics and Jehovah's Witnesses is because, their parents and their grandparents. So it's like a family tradition, a family religion. See, but does that mean that our family are not good, loving people? That they're not hard workers, responsible? Of course not. It's just that we don't have, we weren't told the truth, because we've been in captivity since 724 BC. See that? Oh, absolutely. Facts. See that? That's why, I mean, if someone don't agree with you on the truth, I mean, yeah, just don't go into it too much. But still, I mean, show respect, have manners, just because they can't get the truth. What does that mean? Just treat that person like crap? No, it just means that person can't get it. And it don't mean that, you're better than them or they're better than you. It's just they can't receive the truth. That's it. But does that mean, that gives you the right to, treat them like crap? No. It's just that, you just got to use discernment, because of course you're still going to go around people in the world and your family members, but still, treat them with respect, treat them with manners, unless they, start, talking about the Lord, like Yahweh Shai and stuff, but then, then just kind of, get away from there. But, at the most part, treat everybody right, let the Lord is watching everybody. Whoever's wicked and lying, the Lord's going to find them out. The Lord and the angels are out here. You got to understand that. Yahweh Shai is out here in the spirit. He's here, you guys. Facts. The Lord's out here. That's the thing. That's just what our enemies don't know. Our Lord, he's already out here. He's down here in the spirit. Facts. And he's taking counts. He's right. He's seeing everything. He's seeing who's phony, who's a liar, all that. So don't avenge yourselves. Someone's like, don't just overcome evil with good. Okay, don't be don't meet evil with evil. All right, overcome evil with good. Let your light so shine before men. Absolutely. Okay, let your light so shine before men. All right. And that's why the Lord says, don't avenge yourselves, because rebellion is a sign of witchcraft. All right, so don't unless somebody attacks you, then yeah, of course, defend yourself. But don't play cat and mouse games, with the wicked, because they're in their lot. Don't worry about them. The Lord and the angels are out here. What you got to understand is that those people who are lying and stuff like that, don't even worry about it. The Lord and the angels already got that covered. That's already taken care of. Just focus on your walk. Be a good person. Focus on yourself. Because you got to make sure you're cool first before you can help anybody else. See? Examine thyself. Examine thyself. That way, that if you're in the spirit or not. You got to constantly examine yourself. And that's one of our biggest enemies in this thing is ourselves. Because you got to overcome the flesh. Facts. Right here. 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now weak nature. So in other words, be a man, be a woman. Be a stand-up, honest person. Be strong and be of good courage. And don't worry if, you say, hey, well, no one sees me. The Lord and the angels see you. Don't worry about how the world looks at you. The angels and the Lord see everything. So don't worry about, hey, no one can see me. They can't see that I'm doing good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what other people think. Just the Lord and the angels see everything. The Lord sees you. All right, stop worrying about everybody else because they're not worrying about you. See that? What are you? What are you, a woman? You want people to look at you? Why you want somebody to look at you? What are you, queer? Huh? Let's hear it. Second Esdras chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Yeah, so get in the spirit. Stop being so carnal. Because if you're carnal, then you're gonna let these demons and Satan have their way with you. Satan and these left-handed spirits are gonna have a field day on you. So be in the spirit, because the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And that takes time. It definitely takes time, especially if you're new to this thing. Because the spirit it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now weak nature. Yeah, so stop being weak. That's it. Just be strong. Be of good courage. Be bold and courageous. That's it. Second Esdras chapter 14, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Yeah, so put your burdens on the Lord. You need help, ask the Lord. The Lord's right there saying, how can you ask me? I'm waiting for you to ask me. Do you believe in me or not? And really pray more. And that's something too I even got to work on myself, but yeah, pray. Don't forget to pray. Pray, because if you're not praying, these demons, remember, the left hand spirits, they're always ready to play 24/7. So if they see that you're lacking, like, oh, hey, look at this, look at this nigga right here getting weak, look at this woman right here getting weak. So they'll jump on you because they see, all right, look at this person not praying that much. There's holes. They're gonna look at you like you're like Swiss cheese. So you're gonna have holes. So they're gonna go in those holes. That's why you gotta have the full armor of the Lord. All right, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith. All right, you really gotta have the full armor, because remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. It's really a spiritual fight. The spirit against the flesh is an everyday 24/7 fight, because you fight in your sleep, even when you wake up too. When you're at work, you have like you may have like a bad thought, like a bugged out thought, like, man, what the heck, because we can't even control our thoughts and these bodies. So you gotta constantly rebuke the demons, because like there'll be demons on you that there'll be demons that will try to hop on you to try to talk bad about the Akim or Aquath. It's like, hey man, like, what the heck, you gotta rebuke that demon right away. It's constant, it's constant. It's a constant battle. See, but the Lord, but there's no excuse, because the Lord gave you the tools to battle against the wicked. Remember, the Lord says, the gates of hell cannot prevail against His church. All right, but you have to, you gotta fast, you gotta study a little bit. You have to have faith. You can't just, I believe in the Lord got me. No, you gotta put in work. Remember, you don't gotta be all Superman and Mr. Rambo, and Superwoman. No, just put effort. You just gotta try. All right, and later, as time goes on, the Lord's gonna build you up in time. Facts. He'll build you up through measure, but don't make haste. Don't complain. When the Lord puts you through trials and tribulations, because the Lord has to beat you down to build you back up. He has to drag you through the mud. Because you have to become a new creature, a new person. You have to be reborn. So the Lord has to work out all your imperfections. And can you imagine all of us, all our righteousness is as filthy rags. Facts. So the Lord, let the Lord work. It's kind of like, when somebody, like waxes their car, you know, you gotta, you gotta hit all those spots, So the Lord's polishing like the cars. He's polishing you. See that? And he's, you work, sometimes when you polish your car, you may think, let's say like you're polishing the door, and like you're rubbing the door out, you know, trying to get all the wax off, all the polish off, but then you kind of look back like, all right, I missed a few spots. So that's what the Lord's doing. The Lord's like, all right, there's a few spots right here, let the Lord's working, let the Lord work, be patient, trust in the Lord and the Lord's program. Let the Lord work. The thing is that you gotta allow Him. Stop kicking against the bricks. Or you mortals, stop kicking against the bricks. You gotta let the Lord work. You gotta let Him do His thing, because He's polishing you. So you got a few spots here. You just kind of stand back like, all right, oh, there's a missed a spot right there. Oh, look at the corner of the door right there. There's still some wax right there. You gotta kind of rub that out. So that's how it is. The Lord's polishing you. To the elect. The elect consists of men, women, and children of the nation of Israel, which consists of 12 tribes, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, but you also have the confusion of faces. The Israelite foreigners, those who look like, so-called Asians, so-called Caucasians, so-called East Indians, so-called Arabs, but they're actually Israelites because they believe in the Lord. See that? So the Lord, He's working with you. But the thing is, you gotta allow it. If you're kicking back and the Lord has His hand out and you're smacking the Lord's hand, the Lord's not gonna. Eventually, the Lord's gonna be like, well, all right then. He's just gonna let you be. See, so don't smack the Lord's hand out of the way. Let Him do His thing. If you're really sincere, the Lord's gonna help you. Facts. And the Lord prays, and the Lord helps you guys. This is one thing that you gotta understand. Yahweh Shai can really hear you guys. It's not just, this ain't no just make believe, and no, He can really see you, and He can really hear all of you. Imagine how powerful that is. He can, like, how can He hear everyone at the same time? He's that powerful. Just imagine that. Imagine everybody, like how, dang, you can hear, you can hear all of us. He can do it, and also He prays for you to the Heavenly Father. He prays for the righteous, to send more angels to build you up. All right, this person needs more faith. Dang, this person's kind of depressed because he or she been through a divorce, because that could really mess somebody up, Facts. Because right now it's really strong with adultery, adultery, but that's why you think people end up killing their wives and their husbands, because they're really like in love with that person. So when now it's all about, I slept with his wife and her husband. People commit suicide, that because people really love one another. When things like that happen, like they're really hurt. Like, damn, when people, especially like when they catch their partners on the very act. Imagine. So that's why they go nuts. They're like, damn, because they really cared about that person. They really, gave it all for that person. And so that's why like there's but that's why this world that's why the Lord's coming back to establish order on the earth and righteousness, because it's completely out of control. It's completely out of control. And let's say if the woman was a complete demon, you still gotta pay child support, give her half of the house and everything, even though she cheated on you. Imagine that. And that's not right. Hey, if she cheated on you, I mean that, she should be put down. You shouldn't be and so you have to give her half your pension, half of your house, and and pay child support when she went out and cheated. Come on, See that the Lord took that very serious, very serious. Back in the ancient world, the Lord, He would what would happen if He caught like a woman and a man, like let's say whatever, if a guy was cheating on his if a woman was cheating like on her husband or whatever, they would stick a javelin through both of them, and then like have them out there, like make a public example out of them. Yeah, they would stick a javelin through both of them, right there, like out in the public. Make him a public example, like take him out to the front, and then stick a javelin through both of them. Can you imagine? Yeah, the Lord takes idolatry very, very seriously. Very seriously. Oh, absolutely. But that's why the Lord is taking you, taking us. You're seeing what it is now to see how the wicked rules. Because a lot of people are just selfish. They're just for themselves. I mean, they don't care that they're sacrificing babies. There's child sacrifice. There's human trafficking, organ harvesting. They don't care. As long as they get their check and their cheeseburger, they're good. And their coffee, their latte, they're good. That's and that's yeah, that's pretty wild. Because no one really cares like what's going on. You know, they're just like, well, whatever. A lot of people are just like, well, if it don't affect my check and my household, it's all good. It ain't all good, because now you're literally surrounded. You know, people who say, like, well, it's as long as it don't affect my check and my household, well, you're gonna have to eat your words, hombre and senora. You senorita, because now it's gonna come to your door. It's gonna come to your jobs because now no one gave a shit for so long that literally the enemy has surrounded you guys. You got UN troops here, sleeper cells. You got the leaders of this place, of this nation, about to they're setting you guys up. You got concentration camps in every state. I mean, what's up with that for U.S. citizens? I mean, what's up? Why are they gonna have concentration camps for their own citizens? Why? I mean, what the heck? Don't they care about their people? See, just do the math. You make the decision. Facts. Now you're completely surrounded. And there is a whole lot of sleeper cells here, more than you can imagine. You might think, oh, it's not that bad. We got it. Good luck. There is a lot of sleeper cells here, millions, millions. And they're not just lounging. They're not just these foreigners. They're very these sleeper cells. They're very. Remember, Russia and China, they have their best soldiers for the U.S. What's happening in Ukraine? Yeah, they have their fires and stuff like that, but China and Russia have their best soldiers here for America. So you got to remember, they're not sending no flunkies over here. Why? Case in point, simple, because the U.S., you guys are the champions, right? Because you guys are number one. Let's not play games. You guys are Babylon the Great. So why would they send their third string players, to fight to go against the champions? No, they're gonna stand in their first string, because the U.S. Come on, because no nation can just take you on head on. This is why, like the United States, they don't need a wall, because they have the gun line. The United States, they got the gun line. All right. This is why you guys don't need a wall, because you guys are United States. You guys are very powerful. You guys don't need a walls. You guys have the gun line. Show them the gun line, boss. This is the gun line. All right, because if anyone approaches the U.S., if anyone approaches your coast, you guys will stomp. You guys will stomp their goofy asses. All right, but okay, let's not play games. All right, because no nation can just come up to the U.S. I mean, because look at North Korea saying they're gonna annihilate U.S. Look at Biden. Does he look nervous? Look at Kamala. They still smiling because they know, like, step up. Who wants to step up? Step up to get beat down, because the U.S. is still the strongest military in the world. Yes, you are divided, but you're very strong. Let's not play games. But now, if they're using strategy now, they have sleeper cells here, UN troops on the inside. The people are divided. The government is divided. Now even the military, different branches are, going against each other. You have what is it? You have and then you have these nations. If they join forces, then yeah, because they can't take you on one-on-one. But if they jump you, that's something else. You see what I'm saying? See, and then Russia got all these, high tech, ICBMs too. Come on, see, So this is why it's gonna be very serious here, very serious, and also too, it's the judgment of the Lord. you gotta understand the fight that's coming here is ain't no little, ain't no little cat fight. It's a serious fight, and these UN troops, these militias and sleeper cells, they're not all just, remember, regular Joes. They're not just flunkies, they're first string, grade A soldiers, top soldiers, who are, in shape, they're disciplined. You're talking about, top people here, facts. So you gotta remember that it ain't just gonna be just, oh, all right, yeah, we can handle China. No, they're bringing their best over here. Why? Because you're the champions. So why would they bring their third string soldiers to fight, the champs? Does that make sense to you? All right, then. So that's how you know, because in order to beat the best, you gotta take the best. Just like in basketball, Super Bowl, are you gonna have your second stream in there when they have the, when you have 4 minutes left on the fourth quarter? Nah, no, you're gonna have your first stream in there. Unless somebody gets hurt, then you're like, damn, that it really sucks. When your quarterback gets injured, like, damn, you guys had in the second stream, but you're gonna have your top players in there, right? Because it's a championship, for crying out loud. Same thing. This is World War III, and these nations are coming for America. So you think they're coming with just flunkies? You better guess again. You better think again, because they know you. Of course, you guys are very strong. You guys are the champs. So you think they're coming with just nobodies? You better think again. They have their best soldiers reserved for right here, America. So that's why, those who think that, oh, just whatever, they're just some foreigners, nah, you better think again. You better get out of that mind state, because they know you guys are the big dogs. But with that being said, they're gonna bring the best. They're not gonna bring no third streamers to go against the first streamers. Does that make any sense? All right, then. So that's how it's clear. It's gonna be very serious here. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 16. For yet greater evils, meaning bad times. Because even bad times, ladies and gentlemen. Never mind if people laugh at you. You don't think, oh, that's crazy, that's a conspiracy. Listen, it doesn't matter if they persecute the righteous. It doesn't matter if they even kill the prophets. That don't matter, because case in point, you guys are literally surrounded. The UN troops, the sleeper cells, are already here, and this place is about to get invaded. So remember, it don't even matter. And they got concentration camps, plagues. Like there's those plagues. Listeria and other plagues. You ain't gonna be able to eat the food, drink the water's gonna be polluted, all that. So remember, don't worry about what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Let's say if they were to take all the prophets out right now, that don't mean nothing. Because everybody else, you guys are still surrounded by danger, by sleeper cells, UN troops, facts, androids. Remember, and there's robots too. It's not just super soldiers and, you got freaking, androids and all that, But it's a lot of stuff to think about. Imagine like all the technology now. You're talking about drones and freaking Terminators. Literally, it's not no joke. Androids. Like facts. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Yeah, because we're entering the worst time that the world has ever seen. Because just look around the world, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's preparing for war. Everybody. It's worldwide. Everybody's preparing for war. It's a time like never before. And it will come here to America. It's not like before where it's just gonna be out there in Europe. No, it's coming here. There's gonna be war all over the world. Because these bankers are gonna shut everything down. Everything. The food. It's not just gonna be United States. United States is gonna be, of course, just like is like the main. It's like the worst spot to be because you got everybody here at the same time. You got everybody here at the same time. But around the world too, you're gonna have the same thing happening all over the world. Just look at what's happening, in Europe and all that right now. They're having, in the UK, they're having uproars. Remember, they said you shall see uproars, earthquakes. You're seeing that right now, the people, because the people are not happy with their politicians. And we could go into detail, but you guys already know. But look at, the people are not happy, so there's uproars. There's going to be more civil unrest, martial law. It's just, look what's going on around the world, ladies and gentlemen. We're in a time of war, of hate, betrayals. Facts. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. Yeah, because look at the ancient world, the Vikings, the Spartans. Look at how stronger everybody was before in the ancient world. Now look at now. People just uh you got people out here with skinny jeans, you know, can't even do nothing for themselves. See? Back in the ancient world, men had to be men. They had to be tough. Look at how much now people got, weaker through age. See? So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Right? Because remember, before in the ancient world, we had to wait for our food because, the men had to go out there, kill the animal, and then, the woman would prep it, cook it and stuff like that. But that took time. You didn't just have, King Taco right here. You didn't just have, Alberto's right there. You didn't just have, Almani Tacos. You didn't just have, Burger King. You didn't just have 7-Elevens. You didn't just have Coffee Bean, everywhere. No, it was different back then. People had to wait. Yes, you had your fruit.